All right, welcome back. I want to talk to you about two things today. Implementing a new swing feel and being a short king. Not height-wise, maybe height-wise, with your golf swing. And how they both coincide and how you can better get your swing feel onto the course, and also how that's going to coincide with being a short hitter. So I got a new swing feel that has been feeling really good on the range. So now it's time to see if it will feel good actually in practice. That was pretty solid, not gonna lie. You couldn't really see the result, but fortunately I left it short because I did not check the distance of what I should hit. And here we are, so it doesn't really matter. Today, the big thing with implementing a new swing feel is not going for a score. The score will come along. You wanna check your score to make sure you know what you're doing, but score is not the purpose. Implementing and reinforcing the swing feel is. Ooh. Oh, 1 under through 1. You chip in on the first hole. Nice fall golf, empty golf course. I mean, does life get better than that? Probably gonna shoot like a 58 today, but you know, it's all right. Now, implementing a new swing feel or a swing change onto the course, many people struggle with because you're playing for score a lot of the time, right? So we want to take score out of our mind, bring it along for the ride, but it's not the main focus. The main focus is reinforcing all of the swing feels and the swing changes that you were trying to implement. I'll talk about my swing feel at the end. Hopefully it works, but I'll talk about the process of implementing it along the way. Within that, a lot of people also mistake of swinging too hard when trying to do a swing change, resulting in bad contact, poor swing mechanics, because you're trying to do something new, and then you give up on doing what you need to do in the swing. I'll talk a little bit more about that right now. Oh, look at that. Swing's feeling good. So the reason why it's a benefit, I only hit that 3-wood 200 yards, right? So that's around 50, 60 yards shorter than what I normally do. Why? Because I'm implementing the new swing feel. So I'm focusing on the feel and not distance. And by focusing on the feel and not distance, I'm reinforcing the new feel that I want to implement in my swing change, and the distance will come along for the ride as we go on. That's what a lot of people need to remember, that the distance will come along once your technique and skills get better. I could have hit a 6-iron out here and had the same result, but I wanted to practice 3-wood because I need that swing feel. Now look where I am. I'm right in the middle. The reason why being a short king sometimes is really advantageous is because you are probably gonna have less dispersion than somebody that is trying to swing it very hard, and you are also going to avoid a lot of obstacles. So normally, my 3-wood will get near that bunker if I hit it in the bunker, or if I hit it far and it's going to the right, I hit it into the road. But taking a nice swing, smooth swing, focusing on the swing feel, and it's the short swing, we're right in the middle of the fairway. Oh, I slipped and I hit it pretty poorly behind that tree. So implementing a new swing feel is really about getting those reps in. And the way you get those reps in is by swinging smooth and building confidence that what you're doing is the right thing. Of course, you're going to hit bad shots regardless of if you're doing a swing feel or not, and that becomes a part of the game. But what I don't want to do after a shot like that is beat myself up and think the new swing feel is not working, especially when I wasn't really focusing on the swing feel. What I want to do is say, okay, it was a bad shot, and that is what it is. If anything, a bad shot is beneficial to have because it shows you you're doing something wrong. And that something wrong is something that we can learn from and not implement anymore. That was pretty bad. Let's try another one. I think I just slid right under it. If you're really sliding, if you end up sliding under the ball with your wedge shot, keep a little bit more weight forward. I think I just killed a caterpillar. Oh, yeah, there we go, okay? Much better that time. Sorry, caterpillar. Ooh. Very nice. Caught myself. You didn't see nothing. Now, a big thing and a big psychology aspect of implementing a swing feel so you can transfer it to scoring rounds, you need to put yourself under conditions that are going to simulate a scoring round, minus the scoring. Now you can keep your score and you should keep your score, but your focus should not be your score. Your focus should be the swing feel. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to ignore course management. That doesn't mean I'm going to try to hit it out of bounds. That doesn't mean I'm going to be taking riskier clubs when I should not be doing that. For example, if this hole was not a driver hole, I wouldn't take driver just so I can implement the swing feel, right? Because I want to play the hole as normal, but I want to use my swing feel with every single chance that I get. Now, if your swing feel is only applicable to the driver, so what? You don't implement the driver every single time. Because say there's a water hazard between 200 and 250 out there, right? Well, I'm not going to bring out my driver because if I hit it into the water, I'm going to get discouraged. Maybe it goes straight, but it ends up with a bad result. So it's going to reinforce, in your mind, you're going to think, all right, bad result with that. My body is not going to want more bad results, right? We want good results, but the reality is you're not always going to get good results, right? However, I'm trying to say don't play recklessly just for the hell of it. When we get a bad result, that is, say, I sliced it when I didn't mean to, of course. Well, I need to tell myself that it's okay. What can we learn from that? If I get a bad result because I'm playing dumb, well, that's not okay. We don't want to do that. Sliced it, hit it off the toe. The other thing you do is if you are not a slow player, just pull out another one. This one is going to go much better, I feel it. Yep, way better. So I'll tell you one swing feel that I'm feeling right now. I got two swing feelings that I'm implementing, but the first trigger that I'm trying to feel is having my arms be affected by gravity and letting them start to drop. I'll talk about the main swing feel a little bit later. One of the key things to golf, especially when implementing a new swing change, is being able to learn from your bad hits. And why did I say I had confidence that this one was going to go better? Because I know when I slice it, I mainly do one thing wrong. So my wrist was bent. Now I'm sure if I play the replay, which I maybe will do, maybe not if it confirms my belief, it will show a bent wrist in my backswing and probably my downswing, right? So when I slice it, I know, all right, you are flexing your wrist and you need to feel a little bit more straight. But when you're implementing a new swing change, ideally you put it on the range enough where you know this mishit is caused by X, Y, and Z, right? If you're paying attention, you'll be able to do that because you're going to have bad hits with the new swing change. But it's about figuring out how do I reduce those bad hits and what am I doing wrong so I can continue on to the new swing change. So the first trigger that I'm feeling in my swing is the gravity drop. That's going for all of my clubs. But the main swing feel that I'm feeling, I'm still not talking about yet. Left, it was a very good strike, but it was just off target, which is fine. This is a good example of what I was mentioning before, where I do not want to reinforce bad behaviors and bad course management just for the sake of hitting a new golf swing. Now this hole, I would never use driver. It's more of like a 3-wood, even a 6-iron. If I have it a 5-wood, it would be perfect. Because there's water all to the right. So I either need to change my shot shape, which you don't want to do when implementing a new swing feel, or I need to, I guess, hope to get lucky, right? So if my normal drive fades a little bit too much, I could easily catch a slope and hit it, and it goes down into the water. And then it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Now, if you're one of the people where you're like, I don't care about a bad result, I'm just focusing on the feel, do your thing. But let's see if I can keep it in play with the new swing feel. Okay, that was literally perfect. So maybe you should do it. I'm telling you, this new swing feel, it's probably like very standard for a lot of people, but it is feeling so good. That was a good shot. Unfortunately, it's very wet. Otherwise, it probably would have ran up even further. But still, the swing feel is feeling good. And now, the difficult thing about a swing feel is the swing feel is not transferable to everyone, right? That's why it's very hard to I can never get the shallow feeling that Instagram loves to talk about nowadays. It just doesn't work for me and my body. I've tried it, it ends up horribly, right? But my swing is very neutral. It's pretty one plane and the results kind of show it. But even if I told you my swing feel, hey, try it out, but it may not be for you, and that's fine. But you need to find a swing feel that works for you, and that's where going to the driving range will work, because you need to put that work in that kind of instance. Oh, I need to get better with my wedges, man. You don't want to end up leaving yourself a 30-foot putt after a great drive. Swing feel. Oh, that was way off the bottom of the face. All right. Well, what happened there was I just missed the face. That's fine. Let's pretend that was a short hit. This is probably like 200 yards out. There we go. Oh, still a little short of what I like, but it's much better. The fade is back in play, and I like to play the fade. Let's try to, you know what? I haven't hit a draw today. Let's try to see if I can play the good old draw that I like. Now, the swing feel may be for only one shot shape, and you should be trying to only play one shot shape. I smoked that, and I hit it past the fairway. No, I didn't. Okay. I hit it into the fairway. I thought I hit it past the fairway. Look at these fall trees, isn't it? This brings a smile and a relaxation to you, doesn't it? All right, same swing feel. If you struggle with low point, like chunking and topping the ball, one good drill to do, and it won't slow you down as long as you do it right, I saw this on another video, is you take one, don't do a practice swing like this, because it's not going to help you with your low point. If anything, it's going to make it worse because you're standing up and you're unbalanced. But what you want to do is I want to place my club pretty much where I'm going to hit it. I take a step back from the ball, and I'm going to focus on swinging and making low point in front of the ball. So I'm going to do two swings, two real kind of fake swings. Of course, I'm not full swinging. And then I'm just going to walk up and I'm going to hit the ball. And because of that, your low point is going to be drilled in to you. Oh, I'm a little over. Your drill point is going to be drilled in a little bit easier right before you swing, but you're not pausing too much in between the fake real swings and the real swing. But what you don't want to do is just do a fake swing like that a lot of people end up doing because you want to try to practice getting that low point where you want it. And you wait on hitting two simple, slow swings that the low point is what you want. If you are struggling with the low point hitting behind the ball every single time, close your feet together a little bit more and just hit it like a chip shot, right? Keep your weight a little bit more forward. At least that's the feeling that helps me out sometimes. My green regulations today have been pretty bad. And that's because the new swing change. When you're working on a new swing change, at least me, it really helps me focusing on contact first. That's what most players should be really focusing on, contact. But I'm focusing on contact first and then accuracy. What I used to focus on was more accuracy over contact because I have confidence in my contact a lot of the time. However, with the new swing change, I'm going back to the foundation of contact first, accuracy second. Because sometimes with a new swing change or swing feel, you may be pushing it or pulling a little bit, or it's not as much dispersion as you're used to, which then introduces a new aiming target than what you're used to, if that makes sense. Oh, still, 4-iron is not confident. My long irons have not been super confident right now. So, swing feel, I'm going to try to hit the 6-iron into a good position. I thinned it again, man. I mean, it's fine, it's safe. It's kind of like I hit it, you know, as a long thing. I know what I did wrong there. My backswing was way too much. Shorter backswing. Still not a good contact, good result. No, in the water. I might even hit a turtle. Oh man, that's why we practice. All right, so let's talk about the swing feel because I know a lot of people don't really care about the rest, which is up to you. And if you're not subscribed and you are clicking on the little skip ahead part below, come join us at the nerd table, man. You know, it's cool down here. Anyway, the swing feel that I'm trying to feel is two things. And you can have two things in your swing feel if you're practicing But ideally, you want to focus on one thing. So I have one main feeling, but also one kind of trigger feeling to remind myself of when to start the swing. Anyway, so the first thing that I'm feeling is, well, is waiting for gravity to start to move the club. And a lot of people feel that, and that's kind of a normal thing, but I used to start to bring the handle down myself, where now I'm starting to wait till gravity starts to affect the golf club, and then I start swinging through. The main feeling that I'm feeling is trying to feel like my hands are extended out there. Now you see all the PGA players, they do that with their arms, right? And it's a result of the way that they're swinging. But I realized that my swing sometimes comes a little bit more inside of my body, a little bit more wrapped around. So what I'm trying to do is feel as if I'm kind of going to stop my hands right here, fully extended, arms fully extended, everything fully extended away from my body. And that's it. That's the only feeling. And you could think, how does that feeling translate into the golf swing? I don't know, but it is working, right? Because that whole motion is everything after the swing. So having that feeling is probably affecting other things in the swing to get me into a better position, making contact with the ball, but I'm not focusing on making contact with the ball. I'm focusing on trying to feel as if my arms are fully spread out. And that's the weird thing about swing feels. Some people may need to feel more weight forward and over the ball. And I have obviously a combination of swing feels that over time implement a little bit more normally, but this swing feel is just keeping my arms extended. And it's been hitting, obviously my drivers today have been beautiful. My irons have been a little bit more inaccurate, but I'm working on the accuracy part. Oh, look at that. Well, accuracy wanted, accuracy gained. You're like right next to the pin. I love it. One thing to remember is when you're implementing a new swing feel, do not change the mechanics of your swing on the course, right? Especially if things aren't going right. Mentally, only focus on getting that feeling so you can reinforce that feeling enough where you don't need to think about that feeling anymore. And then you can focus a little bit more on accuracy and other things kind of going on. But until then, all you want to do is try to focus on getting that feel. So all day, I've been thinking about getting the feel of letting everything drop and then swinging through and keeping my arms fully extended. Works with the driver, works with my wedges, works with my irons. Now I'm really just working on reinforcing that swing change in the course, and then I'll focus more on accuracy afterwards. But I'm not going to change my swing just because I hit it a few bad times. Oh, a nice little easy birdie. 2 birdies today, just to end the video. That's nice. We love to see it. Like I said before, if you're not subscribed here, what are you doing? If you skip through the video, you're not gonna learn how to implement the swing feel like I'm talking about. Anyway, join us at the nerd table.